Hello guys, welcome to Texas Masbatenia lovers. I'm gonna go downtown here to the Riverwalk, take some pictures, compare the quality of the Galaxy S10 versus the Canon EOS M50, just a little video quality comparison, and just to show all my friends over there in the Philippines what exactly the Riverwalk looks like and all that in downtown. So I'm about to drive here, and I'll move the camera forward facing so we can see what San Antonio looks like as we're approaching it. I'll be back, guys. So guys, this is Seguin here. I'm on my way to downtown San Antonio. This is Interstate 10. And for all you people in the Philippines that don't know our highways, this is probably the longest highway in the USA. It stretches all the way from Los Angeles, California, all the way to Jacksonville, Florida. So this highway goes about 3,000 miles across our country. So right now I'm still in Seguin. I'm probably about 37 miles from downtown. I'm about to enter the highway here. Hope it doesn't rain. That would be kind of funny if it rained the first time in 20 days when I decide to go somewhere. But I'm going to pause this for a bit and record when I get a little closer to that area. Okay, I lied. I'm recording a little bit as I enter the highway here. This is the entrance to Highway 10. Thank God it's really not crowded, but then again, I'm still about 30-something miles away from the city. I bet you the traffic is going to really pick up when we get closer to San Antonio. Be back in a minute, guys. So, about maybe 30 miles from downtown San Antonio, maybe a little bit less. Still on the way. A little less hot today. It's only 96. I'm amazed. But, not really much to see around here. It's all flat land. So I'll start this up again when we get closer. Just entered the San Antonio limits. Doesn't really look much different, does it? Because San Antonio stretches out really far away from the city center. Still a good 20 miles, I would say, from downtown. We're about to pass the outer highway, which is called 1604 Loop, and then after that it should get a little bit more congested. I can actually see in the distance the Tower of the Americas. I don't know if this phone can make it out or not, but we're a long way from it. Okay, so I'll be back in a bit here, guys. So getting a little closer here, about 24 miles from Seguin. Little construction going on. San Antonio about 15 miles ahead, and it looks like traffic is starting to pick up. This part of living in San Antonio I do not miss, but it's nice to visit once in a while. Okay, be back in a minute, guys. Getting a little closer here, guys. The odometer reads about 28.4 miles from my starting point, so about 10 miles. Passing Interstate 410 area soon. That is the inner loop road, getting into the heart of San Antonio. So far, traffic is okay. We'll see what happens as I get closer to downtown. It looks like the sun is out. Going to be very hot walking down there on the Riverwalk, but that's what summer's like here in August in San Antonio. And this is the way into downtown here in a little bit. I'm coming in from a slightly different angle than I usually do. Been about a year since I've been down here. Not very crowded. Everything looks pretty much the same. See tourists roaming around. And this is the south end of the downtown area. You can see it in the distance there. Some of these buildings are very old. The city's over 300 years old, but I doubt any of these buildings are that old. But we get near the Alamo. That building is about 300. A lot of hotels, because we're still pretty close to the interstate highway. Cesar Chavez Road. That used to be called Durango back in the old days. Okay, we'll pause this for a little bit. And still in downtown San Antonio, trying to make my way over to the River Center parking garage. This is the west end of downtown. That red brick building you can kind of see there behind the tall, there's the tall building, and then there's the red brick building behind it. That's the old courthouse. That very tall tower back there, about a mile away, that's the Tower of the Americas. Big tourist attraction here. And continuing here, downtown San Antonio. The Alamo Dome is there in the distance. You can see the beams raising into the air that hold it up. Not a lot of people down here. I guess the heat is keeping them in. We just passed a section of the Riverwalk. I can see some of the landmarks that tell me that we're getting closer to it. And continuing driving. I see the Marriott Hotel. I just have to make my way over to it. Lots of red lights here. Very beautiful down here. Pretty much hasn't changed since I moved here in '94. Not a whole lot of new buildings are getting built. This town is focused mainly on tourism. It doesn't attract major corporations and like that. Some of them are out there on the northwest side away from downtown, but this area here is historical and focused on tourism in general. This is South Alamo Street. This street eventually goes to the Alamo for its namesake. I won't drive past the Alamo. I'll be walking by it later. I'm gonna walk down on the Riverwalk, and then I'll emerge from the Riverwalk when we get close to the Alamo. Oh, those little electric scooters. I thought they banned them in the city. I guess they're still here. There is a big red sculpture over there. You can see to the left. It's some modern art. It's not so modern. It's been here since I moved here in '94. So I have to turn right on this street and then go about half a mile, quarter of a mile, then come back the other way. We'll pause this in a little bit here. Okay, here, stuck at the traffic light. This here was my kind of my hangout when I was living here in San Antonio. You have a Denny's restaurant across the street. You have over there a shopping mall on the left side called River Center Mall. I'm going to be turning left here so I can get into the River Center parking garage. And that is where you would access the Alamo and the Riverwalk and all that. We got a little bit of traffic blocking me from turning. A little crowded down here tonight. I can't see past this truck or this van. But that's downtown San Antonio for you. It's a little congested. Okay. So up this way is the parking area. This building right here is the River Center Mall. A couple million people a year pass through this area right here to get onto the Riverwalk. That hotel is very pricey. It costs probably anywhere from $225 to over $500 a night to stay there. I'm going to hope there's some parking here in the River Center Mall parking garage. Video's going to get blurred out. Looks like the sun is right in my face. Time is about 6:40, so sun's going down in about an hour here. Hour and a half. I'll pause this so we don't have to watch traffic. Right here, we're passing one of the main plazas. I'll be walking right down there in a minute. It's kind of blurred out by the sun, but the parking's right there. The entrance to the River Center Mall is right there. But this was pretty much where me and the family would go about every weekend. A little hard to go now. Everybody's all grown up, of course. They're gone, and it is 37 miles, 38 miles to get here. And everybody's all lined up to get into this garage. As you can see, there's gobs and gobs of tourists down here. People from all over the country and all over the world are here. Mainly tourists from Europe. And in a way, I'm kind of a tourist because I haven't been down here in over a year. This is going to cost me an arm and a leg to park here. Probably going to be about $8 or $9 just for me to be here for about an hour. And I got to receive my parking ticket. And pretty much you end up having to drive all the way to the top of this. There won't be any parking down here unless I'm extremely blessed. This parking lot looks like it's almost full. Hey, I need a window wash. Okay, this is getting kind of boring, so I'll go ahead and put this on hold for a bit here. And this is the River Center Mall that I spent so much time driving to. Walk around to get to the stairs. This is directly on the Riverwalk itself in downtown San Antonio. Walking over the stairs. A lot of people lollygagging and loitering around. we will have to correct that. Oh, a little VR area. They even sell the VR stuff. Kind of cool. I'm not quite at the stairs yet, but this is a view of the Riverwalk here from the second floor of the River Center. So this is where all the boats come and they turn around. This is kind of like the dead end of the Riverwalk. During Christmas time, this is lit up really pretty. Down there, if tradition holds, I don't know if they're there, there was a little band. There they are. They play music like Peruvian flute. It's got kind of a South American sound to it. I'll show it when we're down there. There's the Marriott Hotel. Okay, about ready to go down these stairs. And of course there's Macy's. What mall would be complete without that? Trying to make my way down to the main floor. Should be another escalator going down here. Beautiful mall. Going down. Continuing through the food court here. Making my way out onto the Riverwalk. Corona, anyone? Getting hungry smelling all this food. Louisiana fried chicken. Oh, they moved the Starbucks. Or they kicked them out. That was a Starbucks back in the day. And this is the way out of this entrapment tomb. Music playing, but it's certainly different than what I remember before. And this is the some of the boats turning around. I think I got a little expensive to get on those things too. And over here is where everybody likes to take their Christmas pictures, where I'm about to walk up. Very beautiful down here. And this is kind of like a viewing deck. Just a few minutes ago I was up there looking down here taking pictures. I'm going to use this opportunity to take some still pictures. I'll be back in a bit. This is a video taken with the Canon EOS M50, same place. Just doing pictures from the Galaxy S10. Still here at the viewing observation area, Riverwalk. No boats this time. Walking a little further down the Riverwalk here. This is using the Galaxy S10. Where? Oh yeah, big one. Yeah, small one too. Beautiful area. They're loading up one of the boats here for leaving. Oh, it's already gone. Very famous area. That water you do not want to end up in. It's not very clean. It's only about 3 feet deep. It's safe to fall in, but it's kind of gross. Okay, continue walking here in a minute. Okay, we're kind of in the same area using the Canon EOS M50. There's the waterfall. Put a duck out of everybody's way. It's dangerous here. Really dangerous. Could be just the display on the camera, not capturing everything that the Samsung can, but it just seems the Samsung is better. Like right here, if you're changing from this kind of scene and then you're moving the camera up, the autofocus should change over to the distant objects. Now the boat going by, darker scene to a lighter scene, a lot quicker on the Samsung camera, and a transition from a close subject to a far subject. The autofocus seems to respond quicker on the Samsung camera. Continuing down the Riverwalk here. Battery seems to be holding up pretty good on this thing. One last look at the waterfall. The saint that this city's named after. In a minute here, we'll start walking a little bit further down. There's the Tower of the Americas, much better view. I would say so far that this Galaxy S10, as far as image quality, is blowing away this Canon camera here. Haha. There's a boat coming around.
The actual answer is 1,507.
EOS M50. Looks good here. People selling. Tricky to navigate through here. Oh, nice knives.
Taking a video?
Going to YouTube soon.
Oh, YouTube. Here, put this on YouTube.
We're seeing which one's better, this expensive camera or the Galaxy S10. I think so far this wins. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Everybody and their fathers here. So let's see. A little darker, a little lighter. Seems to respond a little quicker to the changes in focus. We have a little walking traffic jam right about now.
Hey, Chris.
Selling. And of course, another boat going by. This is still using the Galaxy S10 Plus. It is very dangerous walking here. If you don't watch it, you get stomped. Stomped or murdered. Just joking. So far, the Galaxy S10 Plus blows the SLR away. And we're walking through a rather famous tunnel here. When the Spurs won in 2003, our whole family lined up in this tunnel to see Tim Duncan and all them go right by here. And still walking through here. This is still the Canon EOS M50. This is the restaurant row. I'll switch back to the Galaxy camera.
And a heavy machine. Oh my goodness. And a welding inspector. There's four. That's a whole set. Not yet.
All kinds of different little decorations. This here is the restaurant section. Pretty much from here on is nothing but restaurants. Doing the video here. This is the restaurant area that I mentioned before on the other camera. It's the way back up to the street. Whole lot of people. Temporary tattoos. Flowers. Not too far from where we go up toward the Alamo soon. And that, I do believe, is the Casa Rio restaurant. Yeah, what's over here? Selling. Some nice handmade bracelets. Eaten there several times. Steak is making me hungry. Cafe Olay, ate there too. Everybody and their papa is here, and their grandfather and their children. Still using the Galaxy S10 Plus. Beautiful place. Okay, we'll switch up to the other camera. Still in the restaurant area. Food still making me hungry. Oh wow, they got the misting up there for people where it's too hot. Wish that mist was on me. And of course, another restaurant. Private property. No bathrooms, of course. This is the dinner boat. So you can rent this thing and eat on this boat. Imagine it's slightly expensive. Switching back to the Galaxy S10 Plus. Still in the same section. This is the very famous Rainforest Cafe. I can't even really get in there to take a picture or anything. But they got like a fake alligator and there's a line just to get in there and take a look. Rainforest Cafe. Passing it. Lots of stopping looky-loos. This here is the way off of the Riverwalk and access to the Alamo. This is really cool. You pass through this lobby of a very nice hotel. Hyatt Regency. Ah, so nice and cool. This is why it's so cool. Elevators going up. Lots of water. And you can bet this place is freaking expensive. You pass over a little river right inside. People throw money in here for wishing. I'm going to throw a little bit of money in here. You already know what I'm wishing. Down you go. Okay. Leaving the Hyatt Regency. This is one of my favorite areas within the Riverwalk. There's that margarita restaurant. This entire mural is made out of individual tiles. It's so beautiful. Get a little closer, you can see the individual tiles it's made out of. Now that is artwork. Get that going here right now. grab some selfies. And this is why I like this area so much. Get buzzed, and look at all the water. Waterfalls going up all the way to the street. Up there is Alamo Street, Boulevard.
I'll let you know if you remember this. Yeah.
This here. Continuing up this way. This is still the path to the Alamo. Too cool. Okay, there we go. Cargo hold gift shop. Okay, we're going to give this Canon camera a chance to shine here. It's still the same walkway area. Have to avoid all the selfie crowd. I'll sneak back down here ever so slowly. Same path I just walked with the S10. Little crowd. Block all of this from getting on it. There is the mural. Let's see from the Canon camera. Okay, take some still pictures. This is the final walk before we get to the Alamo. Pretty cool water. It's like every time I walk past here for the last 25 years, I always put my hand in this water. Ah, it feels so good. It's so hot out here, I like to jump in there. So this here is Alamo Street. Across the way is the Texas Alamo. There's some artifacts down here. And some information about what this area looked like in 1836. Oh, how cool. Horse-drawn carriage. Very old building over there from the 1920s. Something's down here. The foundation of the Indian quarters. So the Alamo grounds used to come out to here. There's the Alamo. This is using the Galaxy S10 Plus, by the way. This is Alamo Street. A lot of shops. That's the way back down to the Riverwalk. Sneak over here. Lots of horse-drawn carriage. Let's get a little gander at the horse-drawn carriage. So cool. Guy's wearing a traditional hat. Pedestrians only at this point. Only walking people. What? No cars? Welcome center is closed. There is the Alamo. That building is over 300 years old. So to our friends in the Philippines, pretty much the Spanish were here at the same time the Spanish were there. Pretty much in charge of the Philippines. So all of Texas and surrounding areas was a colony of Spain. That was originally built as a mission to the Indians to convert them to the Catholic religion. And then it was used as an armory, and then we all know about the battle that was fought there to give Texas its independence in March of 1836. The Texas flag flies proudly above the Alamo. So beautiful. It's closed to go in there. I think it's past the time. They close at 5 o'clock. And anyway, no photography is allowed inside. I think they close the garden areas too. So much for taking any pictures. In fact, you can't even get near it right now. It's chained off. This is the Alamo Plaza. So, time for a selfie. Okay, still up here at the Alamo. This is the Canon M50. We'll give this thing a shot here to do some video and some pictures. I already described the history of this building on the other video. The garden area is closed. Can't get very close to it. They got it roped off. Everybody taking selfies. I'll take some still shots. It's getting a little dark out here. So maybe some comparisons between the cameras may not be that fair at this point. But again, it could be just a display on this camera, not really representing the quality of the picture. But it did look like the colors and the focus was popping out more on the Galaxy S10.
I bet you can, right?
Still in the Alamo Plaza here. This is the Galaxy S10 Plus. That's a really cool building. I mentioned it before. It's built back in the 1920s. If you look closely, it's some weird architecture. There are gargoyles at the top. Some people in their superstitions used to believe if they put gargoyle statues, it would ward off evil. That is a federal court building right there. Okay, moving back toward the Alamo Plaza. I'm going to go back down the Riverwalk. Not too sure if I want something to eat or not. It is getting dark. And it's a long ride back home. There's a cenotaph again. Again, that's a memorial to the battle that took place here almost 200 years ago. The names of everybody who died during the battle is on the side of that cenotaph. There's been word of restoring the Alamo back to its original grounds. If they do that, that means all those stores would be gone. And they'd have to move that cenotaph, I guess. I don't know if they're going to approve that or not. Okay, one last view of the Alamo. Again, this is using the Galaxy S10 Plus. I'm noticing something. Again, it could be just a display. The light is coming in a lot better. Now, in all fairness, the lens that is attached to the Canon M50 is a general purpose lens that comes with the device, and it may not be suited for low light. So I may have to get other lenses for that camera. Leaving the Alamo Plaza. I'm gonna take some still pictures. Going back down the stairs to the Riverwalk. Slowly make my way back to the parking. It is getting a little darker out here. There's one of those scooters. It's getting really beautiful because it's dark. Still the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. There's the Tower of the Americas.
Wait.
It's already pushed. And of course, there's no getting away from this place. Everywhere you look, McDonald's. I'm gonna go back down the Riverwalk in a second. Showing some of the nightlife here. Suicidal people on skateboards. Going back down again. People pretending they know how to ride scooters. It's so funny. And going back down. Walking on the other side. Going back down again. People pretending they know how to ride scooters. It's so funny. And going back down. Walking on the other side. But the sign at Casa Rio said the waiting list is full. So I'll just keep going. This is the most famous and oldest restaurant down here.